Ayo, I'm Tits,
Hey everyone, I'm Areolas.
and we're reviewing The Wolfman, specifically the 1941 version, not the 2010 version.
Yeah, I think the better one. I don't know.
I have not seen the 2010 version, so I don't know, but I have previously reviewed this 1941, The Wolfman. What's your previous exposure to The Wolfman, Lorenzo?
Well, I was gonna show you in this clip here, real quick.
Ooh,
I was a wolfman once myself, years ago.
oh, you're wolfing out.
Yeah,
Oh shit, you're wolfing. We're wolfing over here.
that
I
was.
too am a wolf. Uh wait, hold on. Let me wolf out on myself. Let me wolf out myself.
You can wolf out.
I'm a
Oh, you
wolf
have
out.
like mittens.
And ears. Like I have a whole mask, but I want my face to be out.
Oh yeah.
Ah! Rah! I'm wolfing here.
I promise you that old clip had audio and it just got lost at some point because it's
You
just such an
lost the
old.
audio?
Yeah, it's just such an archived clip that the audio is gone.
Well,
But
that's fun.
I had never seen this older version of the Wolfman, and it was really cool. I'll say that it was
You
really
thought it
cool.
was really cool?
Hmm.
Oh boy. Honestly, I think my favorite part has to be just the establishing of the characters. Uh First of all, we're following Larry. And every time his name is mentioned on screen, I have to resist the urge of just saying Larry. I don't know why. I don't know where I get that from, but it's in my brain.
I think he like at first I didn't like him because he's like a big dude and he seemed kind of like a Giga Chad or something,
Right.
and very overconfident, especially when he was fixing up that telescope with his dad and he was being all pervy to that chick on the window.
Yeah, I think he has some sort of complex that maybe he thinks he can get all the women. But like I he even goes to this lady's shop, right? And I just think, oh, he's gonna go in and pick that chick up, right? But no, that lady, what a great businesswoman. She's like, hey, you should buy this cane right here with your money and give it to me. And he does. He buys a cane with like a wolf's head on it. I thought that was brilliant capitalism move right there.
Yeah, yeah, it was good that he actually went in and bought something, but he was like very persistent, like to where I was like, dude, like she said no. The lady said no, and he just kept saying, "Hey, I know those earrings you have up in your room that you like. I want to buy them, and you're so pretty with them, and I'll meet you at 8." And she's like, "No, no, no," and then she fucking falls for it. His grift.
Does it I'm like looking at her and I'm thinking, man, if a guy really was that persistent with me, I don't know if I would be more like I'd be inclined to be on a date with him just because he's asked me 50 million times. I think by like the fifth time of him asking me, I'd be like, no, dude, I've already said no. Go away. And then like I'd kick him out of the store. Like I don't relate to this lady at all.
No, I would be like, yeah, let me just call the police.
Just
And
no.
then like that's
And then
it.
the cops come. I mean, what? Oh, this man keeps talking to me. Ring ring, police officer. I wouldn't call the police for that.
And
They're
then
just talking to me.
the cops would like come and be like, "Well, why are you so stuck up?" Like they would blame the woman, like
I
just
think
go out with him.
I honestly think they would probably find a way to shoot the man. They'd find a way to shoot him. They'd be like, "Wait, step back, lady. He's moving an inch. Blast him!"
He's got a cane and it has
He's
silver
got a
on it.
cane. Oh, that's a weapon, don't you know? Bam, bonk. So he's gone. Luckily, the police didn't come.
That's true, but the police do play a bigger role later on because he does buy that cane with silver, and everyone's talking about wolves and shit. Like they keep talking about wolves as if the movie title is named The Wolf Man.
They really are interested in wolves. I mean,
Yeah.
there has to be some sort of big wolf presence around here, either really recent because everyone is talking about it all of a sudden, or maybe some annual wolf attack occurs around this time and everyone's talking about wolves. I don't believe that everyone's talking about wolves all the time,
I
just
thought
like
it was like
normally.
I thought it was like their football team or basketball team were the wolves,
Go
like that's
wolves!
that's why there's so many wolf talks and like everyone knows that that wolf nursery rhyme and it's like what the fuck? It's a long rhyme like to remember, you know?
Yeah. Uh, if do you know what a wolf's bane is? Is that a real thing? Because I was in the nursery rhyme, and
They
this
were
it's present throughout this entire movie. They keep
it's like a
mentioning wolf's
plant?
bane. It's a
Is it like a
plant.
pl- I guess. I never knew of it.
I
Still haven't looked
I
it up.
I mean, I've the only other instance I've heard of wolf's bane is like actually not actually never. Only this movie, maybe like brief mentions of wolf's bane in reference to werewolf stuff, just like in passing. But this,
Mhm.
I think this is the movie that's like really explicitly about Wolfsbane. What's
Yeah.
in? You know what's interesting though?
What's up?
He's so persistent. Freaking Larry, so
Very
persistent. He does actually go on a date with this chick, and her name is Gwen. By the
Yeah.
way,
Pretty name.
she's she's pretty. She goes on a, of course, she goes on a double date because this guy just keeps on persisting on asking you, and you don't want anything weird to happen, so you gotta have a friend come along. So I
Well,
get it.
yeah, she brings her third wheel of a friend to like, have a out. But I didn't even know and they establish it later on, she's fucking engaged. Why the fuck would you even go out on a date with a dude if you're engaged to be married, you know?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I
No.
simply wouldn't. I wouldn't single. I wouldn't. I especially wouldn't engaged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Especially in those times in the
yeah, exactly.
40s.
Like, there's a lot of dangerous stuff could happen, such as going to a fortune teller.
Mhm.
That's
This is what
dangerous.
they do. That's the
Getting
date.
being scammed by fortune teller. Actually, here's the proper scam that happens in this movie. They go to a fortune teller, right?
Mhm.
Oh, come come look at my hand, right? There's a pentagram. And earlier in the movie, they were talking about pentagrams being a mark of wolfman, of
Mhm. Mhm.
wolving tendencies. And the fortune teller is like, "Oh my goodness! Wait, go away! I don't want to talk to you." And of course, this is incredibly suspicious behavior because why would you just expel somebody out of your business? Ugh,
Yeah,
like
you're
because
gonna
you're
make money.
scared. What you're scared that you're gonna get the wolf sickness, like it's a cold or something. Oh, you gotta get out. You gotta get out. Get out. What do you think about that?
Well, I didn't catch up on it until they were saying somewhere that the pentagram is the mark of the next victim of the Wolfman, and we don't know it at that point, but that old gypsy dude is the Wolfman. He sees that no name third wheel chick. I'm sure she had a name. I just don't remember it. She was
Right.
ugly too. But she uh
Names.
she was the next target, and so he's like, "Leave. I can't have you here." And then, he becomes a wolf and attacks her and
You know what's
yeah.
nice?
What's
Larry
nice?
is like, "Oh my goodness, there's a wolf attacking my crush's friend."
Mhm.
And I think, I mean, it's nice of him to defend her, but a part of me thinks that he was defending Gwen's friend just so he has like a shot with Gwen.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
gonna lie,
Yeah.
but of course he gets himself bitten by the wolf, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm in pain. Wow, I got bit by a wolf. Weird." And immediately I'm like, "Bro, you're not a werewolf. I think it's better if you find a way to end your life quickly before you injure anybody."
And he beat the shit out of that wolf with the silver cane.
Dude,
Uh
he goes ham.
yeah, he like no holding back. He beats the shit out of it. And so when he gets taken back to his mansion, house, castle, or whatever, and the cops come to investigate the murder, they find the friend, her throat bitten, or the jugular, and then the gypsy man dead by beating uh on the head with that cane, because the cane's there, everything's set, like, oh, he was beaten by this cane right here, okay, you
What's
know.
interesting is that the police come to Larry and they'd be like, "Yo, you're the murderer." "No, it was a wolf who attacked us." "There's no evidence of wolf, sir. Look at the thing on my chest." And you said he got attacked on his chest, but it's like miraculously healed, right? It's a
Hmm.
big old miracle. He's like, "How did I get healed so quickly?" I'm like, "Bro, you're a wolf man.
He
You
starts
should."
like
I
questioning
just
his. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say,
Uh-huh.
I was just hoping at some point he can gain enough control of his wolfman tendencies to turn into a wolf and eat those cops because they're being too nosy.
they
Too
uh
nosy.
they kind of like give him, they want to question him, but they don't, and they kind of give him this rational explanation, like, okay, maybe you fought off the wolf and this dude attacked her, was dead, like they made it all rational because everyone's so like scientific there.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, no
And I'm
big
like,
deal.
man, if only cops now were like that. Let's talk about it tomorrow. We'll come to your house tomorrow. Well, you'll sleep it over, then you'll talk about the things that happened. Okay, bud? Yeah, bye bye. No, we don't get any of that.
And they're like, here's your cane back. I know it's evidence, but you could have it back. uh and then they go, what's his name, Larry goes
Yes.
to see Gwen, who's all shook up because her friend just died, and she thinks it's her fault, which it kind of is. And
Kind of
yeah,
is.
kind of. And her I guess the third wheel's family is there, and they're blaming Gwen, like, you're the one that took her there, you got our daughter family member killed,
But
you're a piece of shit.
how could have Gwen like known that she was
She
gonna get
couldn't have.
murdered that night? She couldn't have
No,
known though.
no, she didn't know. But
I
it's
honestly think it's Larry's fault to talking to the gypsy slash fortune teller in the first place and
mhm.
got him all freaked out. That was his fault. It's actually Larry's fault for killing, even though he didn't actually do the murder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the one that kind of lit the whole flame to it. And so what happens is they bury the gypsy dude that was previously the werewolf, but no one really knows that except the gypsy woman. So
Yeah.
they're having a big old festival because that's how gypsies do it. When someone dies, they celebrate, I guess, in their community. So they're having a big old festival. Everyone goes. There's Larry, there's Gwen, there's her dude, and her dude's like, let's go talk to Larry, even though I know you just went out with him, you fucking whore. And they're just there like hanging out, and people are kind of watching Larry like he's acting weird, but we don't know. And like he's just all shook up, and no one knows if it's really a wolf thing or if it's all in his head, and he's all like scared now.
What's fun is people keep talking about werewolves around him. They just keep on. It's like they're taunting him. They like
Yeah,
know that he got bit or something, and
yeah.
so the gypsies around him like, only werewolves can only be killed with silver. And isn't that a coincidence that the silver on top of your cane is silver and not like fake silver? Isn't that a coincidence? Wink. And Larry's just like sitting there like, okay,
And
what am
I
what?
really, this is where I start actually liking Larry, because at first he was this overconfident, cocky motherfucker,
Yeah.
and now he starts like being like humbled. He's like, "What is wrong with me? Am I losing my mind? Am I really a wolf?" Blah blah blah. And he goes to that gypsy woman, or no, she calls to him or something, like, "Hey, come over here." And she
Yeah.
tells him like, "Hey, you got bit and you survived, so now you're cursed." And
But here's a charm.
oh yeah, here's a charm to
Yeah.
protect someone you might love, like a free pass.
I honestly thought it was like, put this over your heart and you won't transformation. You won't
Hmm.
transform. And the first thing he does, he gives it to Gwen. And I'm like, but she's not going to transform you, are you freaking idiot? What are you doing?
And I love the line whenever he gives it to her, and she's like, "Well, I've never taken something without giving something in return." And like they start making out, like or kiss real quick, and hey Gwen, and you just see like the fucking cuck ass boyfriend come out of nowhere, you know?
It's like, what are you? What? Every present a guy gives you, you're supposed to return with a kiss? Isn't that
Dude,
how mono and herpes is spread?
I'm about to say you'd be kissing everybody, dude. Shit,
If you're
like
kissing everybody who gave you a present, so
I mean, it was a nice pendant, and it was a nice like idea. Like, hey, wear this, and you'll survive if I turn into a wolf. But
but I just think he should wear it.
yeah,
So he doesn't turn into a wolf.
makes more sense that way. But
Yeah.
I guess we're not trying to make sense. We're trying to make a movie. See,
He's thinking with his wiener. He's thinking with his wiener head, not his brain head, okay?
with his wolf wiener,
Yeah.
the kinds that look like rockets when dogs' penises get all weird. They're just like really red and
I
long.
don't look at them. What? What? How do you know this?
Because I've seen a dog like get horny and it looks weird. It looks like a red sausage, you know, like bright red, you know.
What's the hex code of the shade of red?
Oh, I don't know that. I would say it looks like the timer up there or the end stream button. It's very red. Uh,
Oh jeez, ew.
but
Ew.
right here when he talks to the gypsy, all the gypsies start playing telephone and they gossip with each other and they're like, there he is, or something. And everybody just gets the fuck out of there. All the gypsies just take the fuck off. They're like,
I
fuck
mean, that's
this.
the smart thing to do, dude.
Very smart. I was like,
It's
what? These gypsies are smart.
it's the day before a full moon. They're like, we're getting the heck out of Dodge because as soon as that werewolf comes, he's gonna come in. He's gonna be hungry, and that's exactly what happens.
Hmm.
Freaking the full moon comes, and Larry turns into a werewolf, and he starts rampaging all over the place. And I'm just thinking, oh no, I hope there's not many people out right now during a full moon
Lu-
because they're going to get
luckily, there's
ate.
luckily there's just a grave digger digging a grave because that's what they do, and he kills him. And I don't know if you saw when the wolf walks, but he looks like he's walking on high heels. Like he has this weird like where he walks on his toes instead of his whole
I
feet.
mean, that's what dogs do.
Oh,
Dogs
okay,
walk on their toes.
it just made me laugh because it just looked
So
weird.
I
But
mean, it's fun. It definitely doesn't work with the human anatomy
yeah,
because we're designed to walk on 2 feet instead of four. But it's fun. This movie is fun. I like the practical effects of it a lot. I also really like when the werewolf Larry is wolfing, and then we have a whole entire search party of police officers and wolf hunters coming about, be like, yo, we gotta set some traps. We gotta make sure we set a bunch of these traps, and hopefully a wolf man comes. And I'm just thinking, man, how many freaking full moons are there?
dude.
Are there
Yeah,
like 4 full moons in a row?
I don't know how
Like,
full moons work, but I don't think they happen consecutively like that. I don't believe so.
I, I mean, it's just their luck that he wolfed out yet again and stood in their traps. Otherwise, they would have gotten a lot of other animals in the process.
Hmm. Yeah, and you would think the wolf would like spread the virus more instead of just killing the victims, but I don't know. It was just
Maybe
the
it's like a
one.
vampire thing. Like if you
Yeah,
leave them a little bit alive, if you just bite them, then they're good. But if you kill them all the way, then they're dead.
I think so. Cuz there is a point where, and that's later on, where they shoot him and he doesn't like get hurt, but there's a part here where they set a bear trap. he gets caught in it and he just kind of like falls asleep from the
Yeah,
pain.
he falls asleep and turns human, and then a gypsy lady comes and's like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you out, even though I shouldn't. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna help you out because I see that you're in human form, and
Hmm.
even though I know you're a werewolf and will kill again, I will let you out because I'm nice to humans." And I'm like, "No, shoot him! He's murder more people. Who cares if he's a human? He's got the werewolf disease that cannot be cured."
No, not by any means other than silver and death. But I'm trying to see what happens next. So I
Also,
know. Uh huh.
I do know what happens next. So
What does?
basically, after Larry figures out that he's a werewolf, he wants to leave. And he's like telling everyone, "Oh, I'm going, goodbye, bye bye, bye bye, have a good time." And he has to tell Gwen, he has to tell everyone, and also his father is like, "Larry, you're crazy. Let me tie you to a chair and make you wolf out some more." And I'm like, okay, this is the best part of the movie. It really has to be when he decides to tie his own son to the chair, then he wolfs out, and then freaking Larry gets out. He gets cornered by a bunch of dudes, and he gets shot with a silver bullet. And then the movie ends just kind of just sitting there, just dead. And then roll credits. He's dead.
Is that how it ended for you?
Yeah, that's
I
how
had a
my version
different.
ended.
Oh, weird. I had a different ending.
Oh, you had a
My
different
end.
ending?
Yeah. Well, my ending was, his dad ties him up because he's like, "Look, I'm gonna prove to you this is mental illness. It's not really you. Blah blah blah. You're not a wolf. That's fucking crazy." And so the dad goes into the forest, sees like the gypsy woman, and then they hear the wolf howling. And then Gwen is there for some reason, and this is like the foggiest of nights, how every night's been with the full moon. Um, and then all the hunters are out there trying to hunt the wolf because it's like an ongoing issue. And then Gwen gets caught by the wolf, but she has that pentagram protection, so she's just like getting choked out by him.
Yeah.
And then the dad shows up with the cane, beats the shit out of his own son, and then he turns back into like human because of the gypsy. And the
Huh.
the cops come and they're like, they find a rational like um explanation. They're like, well, Gwen must have come out here and the wolf attacked her, and what's his name, Larry, saved her life and he died in
Huh.
the process, and then it was a happy ending in the end.
That's weird.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
my
weird.
version was like, I think, um except for the happy ending part, like that's like where it diverged from me. Like the ending is like he tried to attack one and then he got shot,
Mhm.
and then it just like he was laying there dead, and I was like, what the heck? Why is he dead now? That was it? I wanted him to become human. I wanted him to be happy. Where did you watch this at?
On archive.org or whatever.
I think I watched it on there as no, I might have watched it on a streaming site. I watched it like a
Oh,
couple months ago. So there might be
that's
like two
weird.
different versions.
Yeah, I could see them doing a different version where, yeah, especially in those times where it's more of a good versus evil, and like the hero is the boyfriend instead of Larry,
Yeah.
because you want to, you're conditioned to kind of hate Larry, but like empathize with him the whole time, especially how he's slowly turning into madness, and it's not really madness, it's actually him turning into a werewolf.
Yeah, I honestly think my favorite part has to be towards the end of Larry. My favorite part about Larry, specifically the character, is like him becoming more and more of a person. Like ironically, as he becomes more and more as a werewolf, he becomes more and more as a person, as a human,
Yeah.
someone who's acting human.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
it
It's
is
it
fun.
that is true to me. Like that's exactly how I feel. Like I hated him at first. I thought he thought he was like invincible at first, and then turning into a wolf made him more human than he was when he was actually human.
Yeah. Um. So who would you say is your favorite character out of this? And the right answer is the wolf.
The wolf cracks me up because I wonder if it scared the fuck out of people back then, like they were pissing their pants and stuff.
I
But
mean, he is scary. He's a scary fellow. I
he
wouldn't
just
want
looks
him.
goofy. Like this movie would be a million times scarier if it was like, the effects of today or whatever. But
That's true. You also
yeah,
gotta like think about it, 41.
yeah, yeah. Of course,
I mean, you gotta distract yourself. You
yeah,
gotta distract yourself from stuff that's scarier than the Wolfman, which is reality back then. So I
yeah.
get it. I get it. But I don't. I personally, I guess I wouldn't be scared by these effects ever at any year, at any point in time. So I wouldn't know. I just like the Wolfman. I appreciate the practical effectiveness of him.
That was pretty cool though, like what you said when he shows like his legs and the hair starts growing on them. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was cutting edge back then, where people were like, "Holy shit! Like what the fuck?" You
How'd
know,
they do that?
right in front of my eyes.
Oh man, it's fun though. It's fun with the movies in the 40s, and it's like, oh man, I could reproduce this today pretty
Yeah.
easily on like
Oh yeah.
Adobe Premiere has some sort of effects like this actually. Oh, weird. And so it's honestly really fun to look at all of these old movies. What would you rate this movie?
I would rate it probably an 8. Beside like I said, the wolf makeup. Like I know that was probably cutting edge back then, but it makes it seem kind of like a B movie to me, like a B horror movie whenever you look at it. But I love the story. I love all of them. All the actors seem to be taking it very seriously,
Yeah,
like, and it was just well written. I think it was just a really good written story about not just the supernatural, but of mental illness and how like there's some people who might believe they're Wolfman and might actually become Wolfman if in their head they believe it. Like I don't know.
right.
It was a nice story to me.
Those are some good points. I think I give this like a 7.5.
Hmm.
There were some moments where I'm like, wait, why did you do this instead of doing this? But overall, like I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed yelling at the characters whenever they've been acting dumb. I just like being like, "Why are you doing this? Why did you tell your father that you were a werewolf? What do you think the reaction was going to be? Okay, son, let you into the world. No, he's going to tie you up." So there's definitely a lot of humanity in this movie, and I like seeing the human connections build up, and also having a wolf enter the mix of it. And it's like, oh boy, how does the relationships and treating people work now, since you have contributed to murders essentially.
Yeah. No, and it's a good. I don't know how they go from here, but like the whole universal monster universe, where it's. I know later on, wasn't he like fight Frankenstein and then he fights like Dracula? So I think that's pretty cool. But it's just a nice classic movie, and you could tell it
Yeah.
was good because it's like held up ever since. Like he's still a character. Talk about fucking werewolves.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
very good, very good movie. The Wolfman, from 1941, like the American Gothic horror film. But
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
that was the Wolfman, and I'd like to play a game with Mint. I want to play a game.
All right.
This one is I called it Horrorscope, and I'm very proud of that name.
Okay.
Uh, so I've where's my list here? So I asked AI last time. I was trying to incorporate again. I asked AI to generate images of what they think astrological signs look like as horror characters.
Oh, okay.
And think about it, uh astrological signs, because we're dealing with the moon. That's kind of where I went with that. The moon and the stars because of the wolf. So it
Right.
makes sense, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll start with this one here. What do you think this and this is what I typed in. I typed in generate an image of blank as a horror character, and the blank is the astrological sign.
Oh, geez. What the fuck? Sickle? Uh, my first. Okay. I have a few first thoughts. My
Hmm.
first thought is Cancer because specifically in Homestuck, there's a guy who is a troll. He has a Cancer sign. He has a sickle
Hmm.
as a weapon. And then my second thought was what takes place during Halloween, and or maybe it's like either Virgo. I don't know what the heck is that symbol on his head.
I don't. Again, like I'm not very familiar with astrological signs, so I couldn't tell you why it would generate this. But this is apparently Sagittarius.
How the fuck is that? The symbol kind of looks like Sagittarius. That's
I
weird. What
I
the
could not tell
fuck?
you. You'd probably be better at explaining, maybe finding a reason than I could of why this might be
I don't know what a
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius is. All I
My
know is
mom
after Scorpio.
my mom is a Sagittarius, so I know this is a good representation of her because she's just evil. Uh,
Hmm,
a little too many arms. She only has one good arm. The other one is numb from the stroke. But
okay.
we can move on to number 2. What do you think this
Oh,
astrological sign is?
Aries.
How'd you guess that? That is
The
yeah.
the Aries is a ram.
Oh, okay.
So
Dang. Dang, you know your shit. I'm glad I put all 12 here. You just gonna blow through these. Uh and I don't know, a lot of these seem to just go straight to sickles or
yeah,
scythes. I don't know why.
I guess the sickle scythe doesn't really mean anything. So that's good to
Yeah,
know.
it's just a good horror weapon, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
represents death.
that's true. Next one. What do you think this?
Leo.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, that one's really easy.
This is just a lion.
It's just a lion.
It's just a scary lion and lightning with red claws. Uh, yeah, Leo. Let's go. Where are we at? 4.
Taurus.
No,
What the wait? What is this supposed to be?
that's a sickle. No, it's not, this is Capricorn. I don't know why.
What's a Capricorn?
I'm not sure.
Is that
I
supposed to be a goat of some kind? I guess I wasn't familiar with the Capricorn. I know
I feel
Taurus is
like
supposed to be a bull, but I saw horns. I was like, oh, it has to be that.
yeah. I mean, this is like a ram, but the other one was a ram too. I don't know. I
Huh.
figured maybe there'd be some signs here, but again, it's the scythe. I don't know. It's a lot with the scythe.
I was half expecting a clown for Capricorn
Why is that?
because the Capricorn guy in Homestuck is a clown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like a big bad evil dude.
Let's check out the next one.
Gemini.
Ooh, how did you know that?
The
That
symbol
is
on his head.
oh,
It's
okay.
literally
That's a Gemini.
Gemini. Yeah.
Let's take a moment to appreciate this art. This came out of AI when I put that sentence. I thought it looked pretty cool.
It looks alright. It looks pretty cool. If you zoom in though, then
Yeah.
you see lines that humans wouldn't make.
And I'm just like, there's no scythe. I was very impressed.
Yay, no scythe.
Where are we at? Number 6.
Well, that's a Libra.
How do you know that?
That's the
God,
Libra
I'm tripping
symbol.
out. Okay. I'm still just shocked that you just know the symbols by heart.
No,
Hey,
I read Homestuck at 6th grade. They gave you a lot of time to memorize them.
Is there a reason why do you think this is Libra besides the sign? Does it give off any sort of vibe of a Libra?
It's the symmetry. It's the symmetrical of it, I
Okay.
guess.
And this is number 7.
What? Uh, which one have I not guessed? I have not guessed. Well, I've guessed
This is more of a literal one.
it's
Like,
a literal one. A
yeah.
Cancer.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
Cancer. Can you guess why Cancer popped up looking like
Cuz he
this?
looks like a cancer.
Yeah, he looks like a some sort of disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was Cancer.
How unfortunate if anyone born in June.
It is unfortunate. Let me see where we at. Number 8.
Um Virgo?
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
Jesus.
the only thing I know about Virgo is that in Homestuck, the Virgo chick is like motherly. And I was like, I read a tiny bit into the sign. It's
Hmm.
like, oh, well, this is often depicted as a motherly sign. I'm like, why? Wouldn't mothers come from all astrological signs? It just depends if they've have a child or not. But doesn't matter. Virgo.
I could see her being motherly with a rack like that. I guess, mothers
Yeah.
need to
I was looking at
feed.
her milkers, her mommy
Yeah,
milkers.
feed. She needs to feed them crows
Yeah.
some of that crow milk. Uh, where we at? Number 9.
uh, what's left? Uh, there's Scorpio. There's also um Aquarius and Pisces. I think this is Pisces.
This is Aquarius.
This is Aquarius? What the fuck
Yeah.
could be a Pisces? More fish?
I just thought because of the water, because I'm an Aquarius, and I was like curious as to what it would do, and I guess just because of the water, it just made it Aquarian. I don't know,
Hmm.
it looks cool though, like the
It looks
design,
cool. It looks like it has like fish snakes, fish catfish.
fish, eel scales, like rainbow fish, eels.
Yeah.
Where we at? Number 10.
Well, this is obviously Scorpio.
Yeah,
I'm a Scorpio. This
does
is
this
me as fuck.
does this remind you of you?
Yeah, this is actually a selfie of me. Where'd you get this? Did you
What
hack
do
to
you
my phone?
no, you post these all the time. You're always in hoods, with all your eyes showing. It's
my
just
all my
in your
arms.
pincers, just clawing and shit.
Yeah, I post that to Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
Twitter.com/artisticboobs.
Oh yeah. No, this isn't even premium. This is just you posting
This
that
is
stuff.
about what I show. Look, all bare ass. Look at that.
All the thorax that you have.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Number 11. Two more.
That's Taurus.
Yeah. I thought this was pretty cool though. Like he's got a chainsaw for some reason. That's pretty
What
sweet.
the fuck? Why is there a galaxy in the middle of him?
I don't know. But I was like, this one's actually kind of cool. He's got a galaxy, a chainsaw, and he's just a bull in a fucking jacket.
Galaxy Man.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Last one.
Well, that's a Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
That's more fish than Aquarius.
Uh-huh, right?
Where the fuck is that tail coming from? Wait, go in. Zoom in. Zoom in
That's
as
like
far
his
as you can.
that's like his thigh,
Yeah, it's
right?
the tail's coming from his thigh. What the
That's
fuck? What? Do we have thigh tails now?
that'd be pretty cool, but
No
very odd.
purpose. No
Yeah.
purpose whatsoever.
No.
The tail's there for balance reasons. Oof.
Well, yeah, no, you I think you did great. You did like at least 10 out of 12. Like
Yeah.
on the like not even, trying. You just fucking aced that shit.
More B minus or B plus. A
I think a B
minus.
plus.
Yeah.
B plus. Hell
That
yeah.
seems about right.
Yeah, no, but that was horoscopes.
Horoscopes.
Yeah,
That was
and
fun.
yeah, that was AI just generating images of horror with horoscopes. Yeah, but no. Speaking of you know, everything else, where can they find you, man? What are you up to?
Nice transition. Well, you can find me. I do daily movie reviews every day at 7 p.m. ET. YouTube.com/ASEpresents. If you want to see if I've already reviewed a movie, you can look up Mint Salad Saw in the YouTube search bar with whatever movie you're trying to look up. And if you wanna fast track a movie review, you can do that at my patreon.com/ASCpresents. If you wanna help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree, linktr.ee/tits mint salad. You can support me there. That's where
Hell
you can
yeah.
help me.
Support this woman. And
Yeah.
me, I have a daily podcast called That's All Funny, where I just talk about whatever every day. You can find it anywhere. Podcasts are available. It's just That's All Funny. Or you could find me on X, where I post a video, or on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Lorenzo Areola, that you're already watching, most likely. You can also check out my new podcast, That's All Kayfabe, with my buddy Gabe, where we talk about wrestling. Comes out every Monday. And check out our both of our Patreons if you want to watch older episodes of Tits and Areolas, where we just talk about movies and play games. Mint does a little dancing, and I laugh very loudly. But yeah, I want to thank all y'all for watching today's episode. Wolfman,
Wolf wolf
come in with your hand, save me,
hand.
Kane, Silver Cane, Wolfman, doo doo doo
You,
doo
you
doo,
requested my hand. Well, I have a wolf hand here.
Wolf hand. Come
Yeah.
save me with your hand. Save me. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in and see y'all next time. Good night.